Hello. Welcome back to Swindon't. You forgot about me. Hi Josh, hi Sam, how you doing? That was fun, wasn't it? Wow, a bit of fun. It's been a little while, couple of hours since I last recorded. Things have happened. Let's see what's happened. So, where were we last time? Indeed, it's a good question. We played Spurs and Portsmouth, and we won both those games. We then battered Roma in the return leg, so it's good that I didn't bother recording it because it would have been kind of wasteful. 4-2. Millie, Saki, Ipekli and Patrick E scored in that game. We then drew 0-0 with Forest Green in the Premier League. Results of a similar nature are going to start hurting us soon. We then beat Man City 3-1. Wilmot, Topic and Patrick all scoring, although Wilmot broke his arm in that game. We then played Cardiff and won 1-0, and then had a disappointing, although not entirely disappointing, 2-0 reverse against Porto in the Champions League first leg. And then we drew 2-2 with West Brom after losing. We were 2-0 up and then lost a man. We had Laveau sent off, and they came back to 2-2. So that means in the Premier League, this is how things lie. If we'd won that game, we'd be 2 points clear. 5 games remaining in the league, but I'm not going to show you any league games today. What we're going to show you is the second leg of our Champions League, possibly the last Champions League football of this season for us, and then the FA Cup semi-final. So we'll know if we're not going to at least get to play off for some silverware. And then after that, it's only league games left, and that's exciting. That's an exciting moment. So we are dangerously low on players in this game. Due to suspensions and injuries and illnesses and whatevers. What shall we say? Right mid. We can't play Stas. So we're going to have to play Topic. And we'll put Montufar in, and we're going to put Barron in instead of him. Okay, and that's basically all we can do. There's not much else I can add to this team at the moment because we haven't got any, due to injury, most of our better players, well, any of the players who I might have considered putting in are out or suspended. So it's just the way it's going to have to be. I don't anticipate we're going to come out of this game. We absolutely dominated the first leg, by the way. I mean, we were all over and we lost 2-0. It's ridiculous. Even the game said we were robbed. We was robbed. We had a penalty shout turned down. We hit the post 5 or 7 times. It was just ridiculous. Oh, speaking of hitting the post, after 4 minutes they already have. Now, as I sort of alluded to, I'm not too fussed if we go out. Porto are a good side. We are also a good side, but there's no need. Is that Roy, our former Roy? Must be. Roy? How do you do, Roy? He didn't score against us in the first leg. They're obviously not playing their first team. I don't think they're playing the same formation even than they did last time. But yeah, unfortunately, things look like this is the end of the road unless we can turn things around in a big way. But honestly, I'd prefer to focus on the league. Let's get the league done. Let's get that hoodoo, that monkey off of our back. So that's where the focus for me is anyway. If we go through, then great. That's obviously a sensational situation. Obviously could have done better there, Patrick. But if we don't go through, I'm not going to be too devastated. Topic though, we do have a chance. 10 minutes gone. Anything's a bonus at this stage, except for that. That's not a bonus. You could have crossed it. We could have scored a goal. There we get another go. Millie's already been booked, but he does have the opportunity to cross. He does. It gives it to Topic. Topic is wasteful and hits it high and wide. High and wide. So we've had our chances again. Like we this is similar to how it was in the last game. We were just profligate. It was annoying. But again, I was sitting there thinking, oh no, we missed that chance. But also, fine. Yeah, we failed to capitalise. That bloody West Brom game was a massive failure on our part. Both Man United and Arsenal lost in the same match day. And if we had won it... Ooh, Larrickson out quickly to get the ball. If we had won it, we would have been top and in prime position to win the league. Because I don't think Arsenal have very many difficult games left. Oh, Millie just slotting it past them. But they have gone through, so they are still in the Champions League. So they still have at least 2 tough games left to go. Man United have to play Man City in the Champions League. I think they've been doing that now, which is maybe what contributed to their loss. Gonzalez. Oh, Millie tackles him nicely. Maciasek gives it up to Patrick. Patrick, what's he going to do? Going to give it to Maciasek. Maciasek to Patrick. Patrick goes... What on earth was that? That was a finisher worthy of his manager there. That's a little glass of water. Now, Lauritsen, what are you going to do with it? Up to Chami. Gives it to Machasek into Millie. Right. Millie up to Patrick. Patrick, can you give it? There's a man back. Oh, he's gone for it again. It's Ervik. He had a sensational game in the last game. He literally, they told me afterwards, oh, Patrick didn't score. That's a bit sort of upsetting. I'm going to say you've been unlucky, because they have. And I'm going to passionately just try and G them up for the last. We need to win 2-0 to take it to extra time. Let's not do that. Let's win 3-0 or win 1-0 or not, or any other result. Just not win 2-0. Martins with the ball in. Barron. Oh, but it's given away as a foul. Peter McBride has fouled. Well, he's going to get a booking as well. Damn it. That was a nice finish from Barron. Anyway, Ervik. We're going to, midfield is my big focus for the next season, because we are going to be losing Barron. I'm not going to be re-signing him. He's 34 now. He's an old boy, and we don't need any more old boys. We could do with some young boys who can join the squad. We're pretty well furnished in the defensive midfield department, but we need a new sort of attacking playmaker in midfielder, possibly in the mould of, look at this, it just fell straight to Barron. Unfortunately, McBride pushed the fella over in front of him. 57 minutes gone. Metonidze, they've headed over. Let's try and maybe, because we've got this even, I'd even say the FA Cup is more important to me, to be perfectly frank. Let's bring on Gilic and Montufar. We can't do anything about the strikers. Maybe let's not even bother wasting Machasek. Let's take them all off. Change across the middle. See if we can conjure something out of nowhere. We've not looked too bad. I mean, I think if you look at the stats, we've probably shaded it. Yeah, we have. Laveau to Gilic. Gilic, oh, he nearly gives us hope. That goalkeeper's an absolute rock. Alfredo Teixeira. Oh, there's a train. Honky, honky trains. McBride now to Chami. Chami to McBride. Chami. Alia Peckley crosses, but unfortunately no one was there. It wasn't a great cross. And again, we're not, I wouldn't say we're all over them, but we are like over them. Roy giving away a foul. Can't help it. Against his former club, Roy. Anyway, go on, Laveau. Big ball up. Yorath has headed it down. Now, Millie, Patrick has scored. Now this becomes a concern. We're only one goal away from levelling the tie now, and I really don't want extra time. Oh, God. Okay, so 1-0. Now we have to... Well, let's see. If we get a second, then we have to go for it. At this point, we're still fine not to go for it. Gonzalez back to Ervik. Ervik has headed it up and away, kicked it up and away, headed it off the floor, up and away. No. Veloso, great tackle from Serapio. Leandrinho gives it to Boboichov. Veloso, great double save from Lauritsen there. Lovely stuff. The game can't even keep up with its commentary. Gilic clears. Patrick, like bullet header out of the pitch. Perez now. Perez is tackled by McBride, but McBride fouls. He's going to get booked now, I'd expect. 70 minutes gone. It's 1-0 in Porto. In Porto Ugal. Metonidze over to Leandrinho. Oh, Yorath. If we could tackle, we've got media-friendly Millie out there on his own. Oh, what a finish that was from Perez. 1-1, that's 3-1 on the night. We can't go to extra time now, so we would have to score 3. It doesn't look likely, and I think we can bow out with our heads held high from the Champions League this season. First run in the competition to get to the quarterfinals. It's not bad at all. For goodness sake, Laveau gets far too easily done by Veloso there. Chami gives it up to Patrick. Patrick now has won the ball, kept it to Scherer. He's still got the ball. Patrick gives it up to Millie. Millie, what can he do with it? What on earth was that? Just had to slot it past the keeper, and that would have been a perfect setup for the end. I got quite excited then. That was fun. Ervik now. We still have to score 3, basically, because if we score 3, then we're equal, and we would go through on away goals. Yorath to Metonidze. Bobichov. Roy. Don't want a goal from the former player. Yorath to Perez. To Veloso. Oh, Laveau manages to get away. Scramble it clear. 78 minutes gone, 12 minutes left. It's not looking likely. Charmy now to Aliapekli, Lopez, Teixeira, Silva. Well, I got almost into it at one point there, but my heart rate has calmed again, and the excitement levels, I'm trying to keep them under control. Roy, Gilic, never quite getting it clear. The midfield changes we've made did produce a goal, but I think has made us slightly... Oh, Serapio clears, Aliapekli clears. It's made us slightly less good. Yeah, and there you go. Lopez has scored to wrap it up. 4-1, losers on the aggregate. 2-1 on the night. That's a shame. Oh. For what? Oh, yeah. I'll do that in a minute. Yep. No worries. Okay, so that was Masha asking me to put her name on a guest list. Bride, Charmy, Ipekli now running at the goal. Ipekli puts it back across. We could have got a second just to sort of add a bit of salve to the wounds, but no. Metonidze, Veloso, they're playing it around confidently now. They know they've gone through. They've done a bit of a number on us over the two legs, I think. In this game, they've been much more even, which was not really surprised considering that it's their home ground. But we really should have taken something away from the county ground. It's disappointing that we didn't. But as I said, the Champions League is not the priority at the moment. I'm really not a fan of clubs winning the Champions League before they've actually become champions. So hopefully we can win the league this season and then slowly start to climb our way through the ranks of European football and go into the Champions League final eventually. Boboicio, he's got a name that I would never ever sanction in my team. Not at all. Charmy nicely takes out Leandrinho. I think Laveau is, I mean, he's obviously suspended for our league games, but he's been putting in a couple of poor performances. He got sent off straight red in the last game. He's not done well in this game. Maybe a candidate for replacement, but still we need to maybe ship out. I think we might need to get rid of Montufar. Martins, Ipekli smashes over the bar, absolutely smashes over the bar. Yeah, we might need to look for, there you go, Mr. Dick, the referee was called Dick. Well, that's a disappointing, but not altogether unsurprising 2-1 loss away at Porto. Not a bad result, not a bad performance from Swindon by any means, but we are not going through. Man United have gone through against Man City, which is good because it means that Man United still have games to play in their Champions League pursuit, which means that they'll be focusing less on the league, I hope. I'm not too upset. Everyone can be proud. One result doesn't change my confidence. There you go. All the right things to say. I'm proud of everybody. We are going to win the league. I'm telling you now, we're going to win the league. But first we have to try and win the FA Cup. Sending a message in my Facebook group to try and get my wife on a comedy show guest list. Gilic has been unhappy with training. He's 30. He's really good, but yeah, he's also getting on. So what I'd like to ideally do now is get in one young lad who could be, see now, Arsenal. If Arsenal go through as well, that's a good result for us. We could also do with Huddersfield not winning here, just because it puts more pressure on us. Huddersfield 1-1. That's nice. That's a good result for us. Arsenal have gone through as well, so that means Arsenal are going to have 2 more games to play. Let's just look at the. Okay, so the teams around us. We've got Swindon, our final fixtures. But I mean, I know that we're not really. So we've got Southampton. Huddersfield is the big one. Southampton, Huddersfield, Liverpool, Bradford, Swansea. 5 winnable games. We've already beaten Huddersfield. We've beaten all of those teams this season, I think. Except possibly not for Bradford. Arsenal, they have Southampton, Man United in the Champions League. Oh, that's a great set of... They also have Huddersfield. They also have Liverpool and Bradford. So we share a lot of final fixtures together. And Man United, what are they looking at? Fixtures again. They have Liverpool, Bradford. Wow, weird. Okay, so strange. And they've also got Chelsea. So there's a good chance that Arsenal and Man United knocking 7 shades out of each other will help, because those games are days before, 3 days before their league games there as well. Those are really close together. That could really help us. Okay, so we're going to hope now, and then obviously we've got Huddersfield, who are the slight outlier. Let's look at their fixtures as well. Who have they got? Swindon, Arsenal. They've got, I mean, they really have the title in their hands. They've got all 3 of the top 3, and then Charlton and Hull. So really, I mean, Huddersfield could theoretically win. If they win all 3 of those games, they would be top. So I suppose good luck to them. I'm hoping that it doesn't come to that. I'm also hoping that I don't have to. We'll see how things go. I might record the next 2 games straight away after this. I might just finish, save, and then start recording again as soon as we get to the next set of fixtures, because it will be fun to see how things go. And then I'll do the last day of the season and the Bradford. Or, well, no, we'll see how it goes. We'll just fucking see how it goes, guys. Chill out. Might be a long evening for me. I need some water to calm me. Water to calm me. Corinthians. Oh, so we've managed to sign a guy. Okay, so this guy, Newell Angel Pendin, 16-year-old. He's supposed to be as good as media-friendly Millie. I can see that. I cannot see him getting quite that good. He's only 16, though. And he plays at Newell's, which is a pretty... Alright, well, we're just going to get him in. Whatever. Get in the van. There's room in the van. We're getting a new van. It's going to be called the Swindon't van. Stupid name. Wow, this guy's not happy, and now he's leaving. Dinamo have beaten Schalke in the Europa League, and Betis have beaten Nacional de Madeira. That's not a shock that Madeira got that far, but it is a shock they've been beaten by Betis, because they were a good side. They were the only team to beat us in the league, in the group stages even this season. So there's these guys. We've got some youth contracts. No one was particularly good. Spurs are also still... Did they win? Yeah, so Spurs are also through, so that's good. That all of our rivals are still in Europe and we are not. So at this stage, that's good. I'm confident. We're not there yet. We have a tough game to focus on. We're all very excited. No, they're professional. Always expect the older ones. We're used to this sort of situation now, so shut the fuck up. I'm going to give the goalkeeper a break as well. I'm going to bring Muson in for this one, because he's played most of the rest of our league cup games. I think it's only fair. Look at the home form of these teams. Look at everyone's on excellent form. Even Cardiff and... Well, even Swindon there and even Cardiff are on excellent home form. It's worrying that we have to play both Huddersfield and Liverpool in those 2 through the rest of the season. But let's hope that it doesn't come down to that. Let's hope that Huddersfield can put a couple of... Oh, well, I mean, maybe even Cardiff. Cardiff have put a few spanners in works in recent times. We'll see what happens anyway. So once we finish this, we'll click on and we'll see what happens in that league game. Okay, so... Straight away, Muson in goal. Lauritsen takes back his first. We need to have a goalkeeper on the bench again. So Laveau's out. Suki's suspended as well. So that means we need Javier over here. Crazy Mo comes in as secondary. Actually, he's going to... No, he's not. He'll play in the next game. Kenny Warren. Let's see what's going on with strikers as well. We've got Engabezi. Bring him in for Montufar, but we'll bring Montufar in for Barron. We'll bring Stas in for Topic. How many got? 4 days. Well, that should be enough time for everyone else to recover. We need to have somebody on the bench. We've got Gillich. Maybe let's take Gillich off. But there we go, like that. That sounds good. Okay. This is what I think is going to take us. So we're at Wembley already. This is what I hope is going to take us to Wembley again. Go out there and impress me. I have faith. I need to keep that morale up, because they are not looking great morale-wise. A stonking win here could really do us some favours, or even just a edgy win, because the thing about this one is, Stas has been taken out right there on the edge of the box. The thing about this one is, if we win it, the game will not be until the end of the season, I hope. I mean, unless there's some weird sort of scheduling, but it doesn't really matter anyway. Oh, what a finish from Maciasek. First goal back from injury. He broke his arm. Now he's back. He scores the first goal at Wembley in this semi-final. Swindon 1, Bradford 0. That's nice. That's what I like to see. What else? No one else is going on in the league, in the cup, so we can't see the rest of the results. Very nice. Okay, 1-0. This is a game I care more about, so hopefully the chat will be more Astoundingly good. That's right. Patrick now running down the wing. He gives it to Maciasek. Maciasek, has he got cross to Patrick? Oh, Patrick, he's the scorer of sensational goals or no goals. That's literally his raison d'etre. Patrick, Maciasek, McBride on the edge of the box has a shot, but it's always going wide. He dragged that wide. Unfortunate. Okay, and now Martins crossing the ball in. Montufar at the back post, heads in. Wow, I've never seen him score a header before. Lovely, lovely stuff. At 20 minutes gone, we are 2-0 up. This bodes well because we play them in... They've got Proust in their team. That we play them in the league in a couple of games' time, and that might be crucial. We might need to have this psychological edge over them as we knock them out of the FA Cup. Let's do a job on them now. We can take off some of our bigger hitters so that they're ready for Southampton next game. Charmy now to McBride. Montufar to Stas. Oh, Stas, come on. Ridiculous. Cohen now to Atiku. Nicely cleared from Martins, and now Patrick's on the ball. Patrick, what's he going to do? He's got Millie out in space, but he doesn't give it to him. He gives it to Montufar. Great ball from Montufar. Oh, Millie, if he carried on. Bone in goal there. Good name. Marich now. I assume that's not Elliot Bennett. Of course it's not, because he's a manager somewhere now, I think. Or he might have even just retired as a manager. Anyway, Muson in goal. He carries the ball and holds it nicely. 27 minutes gone, 2-0 up. Swindon Town are heading to another FA Cup final as it stands. I feel like a lame Jeff Stelling, only talking about one game. Charmy now to Maciasek. Maciasek, oh, Cowan one step ahead of him, but Wozniak up front. And then Atiku. Okay, they look like they're building something suddenly. We seem to do this. We go... Oh, good save from Muson. Tips it onto the bar. We seem to do... I was going to say, we seem to get to the position quite often where we get comfortably 2-0 up and then take our foot off the gas a little bit. And I mean, it's possibly too early to say that it's happening again here, but we have just given away... Oh, no, we didn't. Okay, Proust gave away a penalty. Free kick. Maciasek, can he get a second? Oh, no. He doesn't score very many. They never seem to score as many on this game. I remember Sam's FM9 where you had that Walter Centeno who just scored them for fun, which was ridiculous, and you could get near on 20 goals. But it doesn't ever seem to happen in this game. I guess at this level the keepers are better as well, but still, even at the lower levels, if you get someone who's good at free kicks, it just never goes in my experience. Patrick now. Patrick, can he cross it? He doesn't quite. McBride smashes over. Thought that, occasionally these strikers could just pass the ball. That's what I'd love. I just love that occasionally. When it happens, I get giddy because it's so rare. Bradford. They were a bit. The press was a bit worried that because what's his name's injury? Oh, good Lord. Wilmot's injury is that Millie puts it away, 3-0. Wilmot's injury is that he broke his arm, and so he's out for 5 to 6 weeks, which might mean that he doesn't play at all again this season. He may be back for the cup final now that it looks like we're going to get there. And the press were concerned that might mean that I won't re-sign him because his deal is up at the end of the year. And I'm not sure, to be honest. We'll see. He's performed admirably again. I think he's got 20 goals in all competitions this season, or 20 plus even probably. He's an admirable performer. He's a club. He must be a club legend at this point if he's not already. He will be if we win the league and cup this season. I don't know if we can afford to have someone around who's not performing the highest level, mate. But then we do have fucking Ngabezi, who's complete useless. So who knows really what we're going to do with him? I'll make that decision when we come to it. McBride, fucking hell. I mean, how can one be that bad at finishing? I could have scored that goal. I definitely could have. McBride, though, he's sensational as a defensive midfielder, but just terrible at finishing. And maybe those two just... you have to take the rough with the smooth. Maciasek to Millie. Millie to Patrick. Patrick wafts it wide. Nothing interesting there. Goal kick to Bradford. We've had a sensational first half. Martins has apparently been singled out for praise. Nice work, lads. Let's go. Second half. Let's get through to this FA Cup final, and then I can record a video where some real things are at stake, like the Premier League. Millie! Oh. Wow, okay. Straight into the Swindon bench. guess they still play at Valley Parade. I was just trying to think of the name. I nearly said Borough Parade, which is the name of a mall area in Chippenham, which is where I'm from. And that's definitely not where Bradford City play their games. But do they still play in Valley Parade? I don't remember. Well, who knows? I mean, I know they do in real life. I'm just trying to work out if they do on the game by looking at some dots. Atiku Bennett. This is what I'm talking about. So now Bennett's got his goal back. Is that going to spark a revival, or is that going to be? I mean, we've not been that dominant against them. Swindon get the game underway. What did I just see then? McBride was injured, did he? I know Patrick's also gone down. Right. You on. Honk. Okay, let's go with Peckley on for Machasek, and then we'll leave it, and we might take off one of the back four. Machasek now with a cross. Oh, it's gone over the bar. It's unfortunate. Bradford have not really. Well, they have changed their formation. They've gone a bit more expansive attacking 4-3-3. Alia Peckley, not too far. Into Ngabezi. Ngabezi, oh, yoy. I mean, £14.5 million I spent on him. Cowan to Diop. Cowan. Serapio, great header. He's a bloody beast in the air. Montufar, now to Epeckley. Ngabezi. Oh, he's done him. He's done his man. I mean, he's like, he must be. I want to check his stats after this. He might be that he's got poor finishing but strong everything else in which case maybe playing as a poacher is not suiting his skills as much as we would hope. Okay, Wozniak, the part founder of Apple, has gone down injured near the centre circle for Bradford. This is not something everyone expected to happen. They've reverted to their familiar style. Was that their throne or was it ours? Anyway, Proust has won it off Stas. Bennett now running forward. Oh, Martins absolutely takes him out. Lovely stuff. Millie to Ngabezi. Alia Peckley on the far side has an effort, but it was saved nicely by Bone in goal. Martins crosses. Serapio out jumped by Maric. 20 minutes to go. I'm going to make us change in 5 more, unless they score here. Okay, Javier, is he going to beat Atiku? No. Proust, in his first book, what did he write about? He wrote about that. No. I did that joke before, I think, when we played Bradford last time. Anyway, Millie, cross. Give it a cross. Oh, for God's sake, what is wrong with you all? Anyway, Martins. I nearly called him Martina, but there's no one called Martina at this club. It's another corner for us. Martins again. Come on, fella. Come on, you beautiful bastard. Cross it onto someone's head. Serapio's ass. Conrad randomly kicks it to Javier, and Martins has again got the ball. Javier to Montufar. What's he going to do with it? Gives it to Millie. Millie's gone through, and that's a 4th goal. 2nd for Millie. Lovely, lovely stuff. And it gives us the opportunity to make a couple of changes. Or indeed only one. Manuel is going to come on for Charmy. Give him some... No, he's not. Manuel is going to come on for Javier because Javier needs to be fit for Southampton because I think Laveau will still be suspended for that game. So we need to keep him fit. Bradford kick-off. 4-1. Swindon must be in the semi-final now. We're enjoying Wembley. It's a place that we've come to call our second home. A home away from home. Millie goes for the hat-trick. Bone tips it away nicely. Martins now. Crosses. Oh. Proust, Martins, up to Charmy. Charmy to Martins. He's been all over the place, Martins, today. He's been absolutely, and by that I mean that in a good way. He's been in part of everything good that we've done. Manuel is on his wrong foot there, but it's okay. Manuel, what's he going to do? He's turning inside a lot. Manuel again. Montufar, McBride. Manuel. Oh no, he went forward. Nice. Stas to Millie. Oh, come on. The simple ones they miss. If we put them away every time, we'd be top of the league by 100 points. That's how good we'd be. Swindon are into the final. Swindon into the FA Cup final for, would that be the 2nd year in a row? Did we win it last season? Can't remember. Was it the League Cup or the FA Cup we won last season? Yes, it was this. So we beat, last season we beat Spurs, this season we will be playing probably Man United, I think. And I will show you what that's. So yeah, he's happy with his achievement. Good. Do we know who we're going to play? I'm pretty sure it's Man United are the other team that are in the... Like, so it's Man United and Southampton, I think. Anyway, I'm pleased we got the victory. As long as we're still in the competition, we've got a chance of winning it. Chelsea was excellent. Millie was excellent. Let's go. Let's just press spacebar so it shows us the results. Will it ever do that? Was this a smart idea? Am I a fool? I fall in love with you. Anyway, we need to see what Arsenal's result was. That's all I want to know. A draw will be fine. I'll take a draw. A shock Cardiff win would obviously be the best, but I doubt that's going to happen. Ah, they lost 2-1. For a second then I was like, yes, but no, didn't happen. And West Brom beat Charlton 4-0. Harsh. Right, I'm going to leave it there then, guys, and I'll see you for... yeah, let's just quickly check. I will see you for Southampton and Huddersfield. So see you then, guys. Bye-bye.